There's my old friend. I call him Dark SpongeBob. We visited him this is about the third time I've seen him. And he's still here with his half-cocked grin. I don't know who made him. But we had a chat with him a couple times before. And the first time we saw him was right around when C-19 was just coming around in our province. There was still snow on the ground. There's still ice in the river. I made a movie about it. We just started doing YouTube around that same time. Started going for walks. And I thought, well, we might as well videotape our walks. And then we got some idea, and I can't remember why. We thought we'd start uploading it on YouTube. I think it was because of Ryan's influence. And anyway, this was one of the first scenes. Right here at this river. And at this railroad crossing. And I ended up calling the movie Monsters, because I was quite concerned at the time about C-19 and how it was going to affect us and our family and our community, our country, and as it turned out, how it's affecting the whole world. And I thought it was quite fitting to come out here again and have a visit with Dark SpongeBob. See what other kind of trolls are lurking under this bridge. I remember when we were here last time, the train came along the tracks here across the river here. And for me it was quite symbolic because that freight train was moving pretty good. And COVID-19 was coming on strong, and it was moving like a frickin' freight train across the continents and into Canada. And I thought, how symbolic is that? So here we are, how many months later? 5 months later. And we got ourselves a second wave starting now. So I don't know what you think, Dark SpongeBob, but I'm concerned again. Yeah, you know why? I'm concerned, Dark SpongeBob, because of the attitudes, behaviors I've witnessed over the last several weeks. And it concerns me. See, a lot of people, they think there's some conspiracy about wearing a mask, washing your hands, social distancing, isolating yourself in pods instead of going out and seeing all your friends and extended family and meeting new people and going to the bar and going to the parking lot and screaming your tires and jumping all over your friends, and then going home and saying hi to the family and go visiting Grandma on Sunday. It concerns me, Mr. SpongeBob. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people say, hey, I'm a redneck. It's good to get a little dirt on your hands. And we grew up getting dirty. We didn't wash our hands before we ate. Look at us, we're just fine. I've heard people talk like that too. But COVID-19 is just another flu. Old people got to die of something. That's what I've heard people say. Why should we let our economy suffer just to save a few old people? But you know what? I think there's a problem with that attitude, that mindset. And I think maybe it comes from being here in central Alberta. We've been pretty lucky. We've got a pretty big county here. We've got a lot of space. A lot of people are on farms. They don't have a lot of interaction with a lot of other people. Maybe they go to town and buy the groceries once a week and go to the auction market once a week if it's open. And everything's cool. Everything's good. What's it going to take, folks? You talk to anybody that lived through the first phase in a jurisdiction where they had hospitals overrun. You don't have to leave North America to get some examples of jurisdictions like that. New York City, I think, was one of them, wasn't it? Do you know anyone that lives in New York City? Ask them there what it was like. Ask people in Spain what it was like. I don't know about you, but I'm going to be wearing my mask. I don't think it's that big of a issue. I don't think it's that big of a sacrifice. I don't think there's a conspiracy going on, like some people believe, that you just become a puppet under the government's control if you wear a mask. I don't believe that. I think it's about public safety. I think it's a very small thing to do. I'm going to be doing it. Washing my hands, hey, that just goes out without saying. I've worked in healthcare for 20 some years, and washing hands is a no-brainer. Using alcohol when you can't wash your hands, man, that's another no-brainer. And social distancing, you know what? I haven't had a cold or a flu or anything since COVID-19 started, because my kid's been out of school and he hasn't brought anything home. And now he's in school. He's been in school for a couple of weeks. And yeah, I'm concerned. Concerned about that. The least I can do is follow the guidelines set out by the health minister, the government. Pretty small things to ask people to do. My wife had to shut her business down for 3 months. The government was pretty darn good in getting programs in place to help people who they shut down because of this virus. I have a suspicion they might have to do it again. I hope I'm wrong. But history would show that with a lot of pandemics, the second wave usually is quite a bit more severe than the first. So if you think we got nothing to worry about, look what happened. It just might be different this time around. I think it's much to ask just to do what the government wants you to do. You get in the car, and I remember getting in the car when I was first driving. I didn't have to wear a seatbelt. There's no law against that. And you know what? I fought that for so long. What do I need to wear a seatbelt for? Who am I hurting if I don't wear a seatbelt? And that was all the bleeding hearts going on and on and on about, oh, you got to wear a seatbelt because you get in a collision. The government's going to pay for your health care. They're going to pay for your rehabilitation. They're going to pay for your brain surgeries. So you got to wear a seatbelt. And if you don't, you're going to start fining you. And I remember the fines going up and up and up. And I got a couple of fines. And then finally, the fines got so severe that I had to put my seatbelt on, and I've had it on ever since. But you know what? If that dinger didn't go when I didn't put my seatbelt on, I wouldn't be wearing my seatbelt. But guess what? I'll be wearing my mask and using alcohol on my hands and social distancing. Because I'm a redneck too, but guess what? I'm not stupid. How about you? Anyway, thanks for the chat, Dark SpongeBob. I hope this time around everybody stays safe, wash their hands, wear your mask, keep your social distance, and we'll see you on the other side. Take care, everybody.